What is happening, everybody? A happy Wednesday to you all. Thank you for coming and joining my Rouslin's 3-ball, a short form video where I give you some little tidbits about the upcoming week and then some bets for both week long and round one. Because listen, golf sweats are just the best, so why not get the fun started right away? So a little bit of technical difficulty. I've upgraded some systems here and we should be good to go. So let's jump right into a couple slides here and learn about this week's the Corales Puntacana Championship. It is played at Corales Golf Club and Resort. It's a par 72, 7,600 yards. It's a seaside course with rather wide fairways. We're going to get 70% of the fairways hit, so not going to be a lot of play from the rough. If there are, it's mostly a miss on the right. A lot of holes on the course are right on the ocean, so really nice for viewing. Henrik Stenson, the lowest ranked golfer in the field. DraftKings is your top prize, $200K, and FanDuel is offering $10,000 to first this week for $5.55 buy-in. This week, withdrawals due to COVID-19 is sadly Sam Horsfield. I would have loved to see him compete in this event. Okay, now moving on, our player comparison and our week-long bet. Last week, we went 2-0. Ches Reavie beat Phil Mickelson, and Tony Finau beat Ricky Fowler. So nice to get two, and got a nice little parlay in there. So brought my winning record, but I brought my record to a winning one. This week, because there aren't a lot of notables in the field, DraftKings offerings for matchups was terrible this week. But of course, that's why if you use Odds Shopper, you'll be able to find plenty of different lines. But one of the best ones that I found, sticking with the theme that I've been doing, which is using the DraftKings numbers, Pat Perez minus 110 versus Denny McCarthy. Pat Perez is certainly the king of this type of grass and these types of, in the past at least, he's performed very well. Came in 9th his last time out, whereas McCarthy had a really good run for a couple of weeks. That run seemed to end, missing the cut last time out, and 44th before that. So I see Pat Perez coming in, ranked 11th in the model versus 22nd for McCarthy. So I thought that was a good opportunity to jump on a big difference. Okay, now into our week-long bets, where last week, Matt Wolff, big winner for me, I guess, a couple of times that I picked him in this little segment. He earned me a top 5, a top 10, and a top 20, so a full payout there. I believe Wolff's odds were 11, 12 to 1, something like that on the top 5, 5 to 1 on the top 10, and a plus 250 on the top 20, so pretty good payout there. This week, I'm heading to William Gordon, and man, I wish I had gone it right on Monday through DraftKings. It was 80 to 1 when it first came out. I didn't get it quick enough. 66 to 1 for Gordon, 8 to 1 on the top 5, 5 to 1 on the top 20. Akshay Bhatia is my next one. 151 to win. Top 25, 22 to 1. Top 10 is 11 to 1, and top 20 is 5 to 1. Listen, he just came in the top 10 a couple of weeks ago out there in California, and that's with missing a bunch of fairways. He's not going to miss that many fairways this week. His putter was on point too, so maybe a little turn of events before this guy blows up. If he does, again, this is where betting comes in greatly. If he blows up, then we're going to get him at super long odds. Another one, Justin Suh. So he went from 225 to 1 to 150 to 1 is what I'm seeing now. Still, I would still recommend him. His top 5 was 40 to 1 when I got it, 15 to 1 on the top 10, and 7.5 to 1 on the top 20. Here's a guy that has 3 top 10s on the local IQ series and had a top 21, so he would just miss that payout at the Barracuda. So a guy that we know has a lot of talent, and if you don't know, came out the same time as Morikawa, Wolff, and Hovland. It was kind of deemed as the big four, but he has struggled mightily since turning into the professional game. But a little turn of events recently, some good form, knew he was going to get this start here. You never know what can happen, and if it does happen, I want to be on it. All right, let's go into my round 1 bets now. Should be the week of no pictures. As going down to Corales, not that many names that we know or that we've covered before. Kyle Stanley, he's minus 162 in the first round versus Sean Stefani. Stefani hasn't flashed any form recently, whereas Kyle Stanley has, especially with his ball striking. Emiliano Grillo is next. He's plus 100 versus Charlie Hoffman. And I just think there's maybe a little bit of a talent difference there. I know that this is a weaker field, but Grillo certainly has been performing very well with his ball striking recently. You get a good putting week or a good putting day, I don't think Charlie Hoffman will be able to stand up to it. So Switching over to our round one showdown focus, I think that, if you go basically any two guys in the low sevens with the way pricing always develops in your round one showdowns, you can pick pretty much anybody you want. So I'm going to go that route. I'm going to go the two guys I already mentioned, Akshay Bhatia and Justin Suh. If you're a little nervous to play them in the week long or don't want to bet them because you don't think they'll make the cut, what I can guarantee you is they will be making birdies tomorrow. That is kind of their MO. If they make pars along with it, bogeys, I should say, along with it, so be it. 7,200 and 7,000 for those two guys. This week, 3-ball. As I mentioned, there was very little to choose from in terms of head-to-head matchups. The 3-ball matchups are almost even worse. I think, tomorrow there's 144 players, so in terms of groupings, there's, somewhere around the 50 range, just shy of 50 groups. They only gave us like 10, so not that much to choose from. Typically, I would have something here for you. But again, I don't just want to recommend something for content. I want to recommend it because we're going to win. So as you can see, my winning record there hasn't been that great in the 3-balls. So don't want to go chasing something that at least doesn't look good on value, especially when you plug it into the model and it still gives you a negative EV. So thanks for coming by and joining one of my Rouslin's 3-ball videos. Hope you enjoy it. I hope you win some money from it and cashed in that Matthew Wolf call from last week. Another short form video coming up, my model breakdown. So if you want to see maybe some other guys that you could be betting on or playing in your DFS lineups, stay tuned for that. And then, of course, Ben Raz and I tonight, 8:30. It is Wednesday, so 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live before lock show. We're breaking everything down for the Corales Puntacana Championship. Until next time, everybody, thanks so much for joining. We'll see you on the other side. Cheers.